G'day, hi, and welcome. Exhibit A, I have made a discovery. I realize now you don't actually have to take these things off because that just unscrews, but look at my filter. Give me that. Clogged. Can you... Oh, you can barely see through it. Oh my God. You could clean that, put it back. What it is, it's a flash arrestor, what it is. And what it does is basically keeps you from lighting the bush on fire. So you take it away, it doesn't catch. But look at all the sludge in that. So that's pretty much what's, that one's not as bad as the other. The other one was hard packed when it was really bad. So this is bad, but the other one was really bad. So what I could just do is I could probably just have that replaced. I'll take it into the still shop. So, because I don't need that part. So I took this apart for nothing. My time is precious. I mean, I have all kinds of stuff to do today. Actually, I don't, but that's not the point. That's not the point. So, I will put my weed whacker back together. Sorry, weed whacker, for pulling you apart for nothing. For nothing. Okay, this one goes in here somewhere. I gotta find that. Yeah, you watch how this thing runs with that thing out of it. So, but that's a bit. The newer ones are not like that though. I don't think the newer ones you have to. I gotta look at the other one to see if it's the same design. Because then you can just replace that. You don't have to replace the whole muffler. Muffler. I cannot speak today. You again. How dare you? Yeah, that's that. So if you get your what happens is when you're whipper snipping, everything will be going good, and all of a sudden it'll start to bog on you a bit, and then it starts to get hard to start. Everybody thinks it's the carb, it's not. It's the exhaust. That's some sort of an EPA thing, in what you would call in the States, or environmental thing, what you would call in Canada. That's called clumsiositis. But it's basically what it is it's a spark arrestor. It's kind of like a catalytic converter for a whipper snipper. Don't you laugh. Stay in my damn hand. All right. It's like a catalytic converter for a whipper snipper. Does that make sense? So it catches all the bad stuff. But when it gets clogged, that one's not as clogged. The other one was solid pack, my newer one. Now, mind you, this whipper snipper probably never seen so much work until it got to me. Now, I didn't put any Loctite on this, or what we call exhaust silicone on this, but I'll just, hopefully, nothing lets go. Don't strip it. As tight as you can get it, about a quarter turn past the tight spot. Too tight, you strip it. Okay, now to put this back in. How did that go? How does this go? Don't drop. Too late. Might as well drop the third one out there if we're going to do that. I'm going to be like that anyway. Alright. Put this back on. Okay, that goes into that part of the tank. Gotta line things up. Really? No way. No, I'm not even gonna say it out loud. Not till I got everything in there. What do I need though? What do I need? Where did he go? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. I'm gonna go like this. Go like this. I'm gonna go like this. So, and then what I'm gonna do is I'll take that little piece up. If not, I'll just cut that off and just put the little nub. It's just because with it out, it's not that the noise. I don't care about the noise or whatever. What's going to happen is when it's out, is you're going to get a situation where you got oil all over everything, and it's even gunkier and messier. Even though there's already going to be grass clippings all over everything, but get in there. I got to get this done before it's winter again, because like we go through like 4 seasons. It's April right now, and we're going through like about 4 seasons an hour, literally. Like it's already rained, hailed, snowed, sunshine all at the same time today. It's madness. It's absolute madness. Make sure I think that's where it's supposed to be. I don't know how old this one is. This is at least one generation back from my other FS38. So they're great. I mean, God knows how this thing could be like 20 years old for all I know. Well, it's not 20 years old, but it's probably around 10 years old. 5 to 10 years old for sure. Make sure you put it back nice and snug so that it can loosen. You can lose the parts out on the lawn somewhere. I do the crisscross thing. Now it should run pretty darn good now. She's free-flowing exhaust, as we're gonna say. Okay. About a quarter turn past the tight spot. While you're at it, blow out your air filter too. Okay. Now, mind you, I took the I don't like the feel of that one. That one might not ever come out again. Hopefully, never have to take it out again. Hey, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Will Snippy Shark or Nippy Shark be the full runner? Let's find out. Well, she's four-stroking a little bit and hitting the rev limiter there, but that sounds like a damn good running whippersnipper. Holy jeez. Okay, note to self. Okay, I knew all this ahead of time, but you don't have to take that. I just wanted to show you that you didn't have to do that. All you have to do is unscrew this thing. And again, it's that filter right there. You see it's all full of oil and sludge. You look through it, you can barely see any pin drops. When it really clogs, it just won't run at all. But lawnmowers, chainsaws, whippersnippers, brush cutters, anything with a two-stroke built probably within the past 15 years, that's 90% of your problem right there. And what it starts off as a really bog, and then you don't hit you can hear this thing was like hitting the rev limiter there, so you won't get to that. It'll just be like buh, buh, and then when you give it, it kind of bogs instead. What it is it's too restrictive. And that's what happens. So you can either cut this little filter thing off, and there's different type. The other one looked different though, but you can cut these off and put that back in, or just buy a new one. I might just buy a new one if they're cheap enough. Why? It is a flash arrestor. So, but this one looks better than the other one. I'm gonna go look at the other one and see if it's the same as this. Now all I gotta do is buy a new spool for it because I wore the other one out, and I got back up 2 whippersnippers running again. Now the thing too is also when it's boggy like that, what ends up happening is you get a lot of carbon buildup on your piston and everything. So run the high test gas in your whippersnippers or they're not going to last, period. Run your high test gas. After you run your high test gas for a little while, if you want to put like a half a cap of, if you got like say a 5 liter, 2.5 gallon gas can, put like a half cap of what do you call it, seafoam in it. By the time you get to the end of that tank, that thing's going to run so good. But the thing is, you need to open why these clog. What I was told by the still guy was what happens is you're not running them open enough. Like you can't just hold a whippersnipper open, but a lot of times you're just going bloop, bloop, bloop. Especially like places where I do, there's a lot of delicate flowers and stuff where you can't just go. You'll lose your job doing that. But the point is that that's what clogs them up in the first place, is you're not running it open enough. And it's plus just time, like God, this is probably the original one. How old is that? 10 years old? I don't know. You know what I mean? But my other whippersnipper, you got to understand, like the previous guy that owned this, he might have done maybe about, 20 hours of whippersnipping a year on his property with it. I do about, 6 hours of whippersnipping a day. So that's going to clog pretty fast. You get, I I got about a season out of my new one before it started to clog. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. There you go. I'm going to check the other one and see what it's like. But it's out of there, but I want to see if it's the same as this. Anyway, there we go.